Hello, boss man. So, you guys know what we do? We open stuff up. All right, let's see. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's do the quiz. All right. So this is a booster pack of Battle of Chaos. I'm still in search of that Dark Magician and Starlight Dark Magicians. So hopefully we get lucky. Come on. Bum, 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 bum. Nope, no luck. Anyways, well, let's see what's going on with Zane. All right, so this is Zane's cards. Cyber Dragon. I see two Cyber Dragons, so that's cool. At least that's fine. Some Cyber Dark support. That's not bad. Okay, so I see some good stuff. As a Cyber Dragon player, um, I'm totally want to play this. Oh my god. Well, anyways, let's check out the cards. All right. The first card for Zane is called Forbidden Cyberstyle Technique. Activate this skill once per duel. If your life points are at 15 or less, and you control no monsters, reduce your life points to 50. Then special summon up to 3 machine cyber monsters from your hand, deck, and graveyard or graveyard. They each become Cyber Dragon Machine Light Monsters level 5, attack 21. Okay, so this is kind of like a machine duplication, I think. Your life points have to be at 50, so you could like take anything. And, like you got to make sure like you're good to go. But let's see, you can and cannot be tributed for the rest of this turn. You cannot special summon sent except by fusion summon nor wait. Oh, for the rest of this turn you cannot summon set except by fusion summon nor attack except with fusion monsters. Destroy any monster summoned by this skill during your end phase. Oh man. So your life must have to be at 15. So there's ways where you could just I think there's ways you could pay to get to 15. Like Twister, like back row hate, I guess, could take you down to this much life points pretty easily. Was it just I guess technically like three what's it called? Cosmics. I think 3 Cosmics could make it to where you're easily at that life points. Ah, that's not bad. 3 Cosmics and you're already close to this. Um close to the life points, and by doing so you're hitting their back row, so it makes it to might be easier to go through and do some damage. um let's see, so I guess there's ways where you could it'd be beneficial to get up to this life points because you pretty much destroyed your opponent's back row. um so basically it forces you to fusion, right? Nor attack except with the fusion. Yeah, so you have to summon one of your fusion monsters. There are several fusion monsters I saw in the Cyber Dragon deck, like Zane's deck, and it's a one-time thing. So your life was will be at 50. So I guess if you have like a trap card that helps you gain life points, it might not be that bad. It's only once per duel. Um, so you want to you go for it. You want to keep yourself safe. I would like you would probably have to have some gaining effects. But yeah, it's like a like a OTK kind of skill. Let's see, what's the next one? All right, this card is called Cyberdark Style. Once per turn, choose 3 Cyberdark monsters from your deck. Your opponent around me adds one of them to your hand. Shuffle other the other 2 among them with one card from your hand back into the deck. Then flip this card over. So basically, you neg one, I guess, to activate the skill. Well, I guess you added a Cyber Dart and you discarded basically a card from your deck. What card from your hand to your deck? Then flip this card over. Okay, so it's once per turn. The skill can only be used up to 3 times. Okay, so you probably have to have some counters on this. Once, once when life, let's see, once when your life points are 3,000 or less, then your oh wait, let's see, the skill can only be used up to 3 times. Once when your life points are at 3,000 or less. Once when your life points are at 2,000 or less, and once when your life points are 1,000 or less. Okay, all right, that's fine. So it depends on how much your life points when you could actually do it. 3,000 or less. Oh, okay, so that's fine. I think that's something like it makes it to where you're you're a little bit you're a little bit safer. I guess you're kind of safe if you're kind of depending on where you're in the duel. You could technically activate it. Kind of helps you a little bit out. Um, I don't know if this could be used for like getting into your fusion monsters, right? Um, like because like Cyber Darks have an effect that you could take what's it called? Take a monster from your graveyard into the equipped zone, into the like an equipped card. If it's a dragon level 3 or lower, you can gain the attack. So this could be like beneficial to kind of maybe help you out because some of these attacks could be pretty good. All right, and let me look at the other one again. I wanted to see where it says I could have sworn. Let's see. Activate skill once per duel. If your life points 15 or less, run once reduce your life points special summon up to 3 machine cyber monsters. Does that include Cyber Dark? I think Cyber Darks are included in this. 3 machine cyber monsters from your hand deck or your graveyard and special summon them. Yeah, I don't. I think Cyber Dark is considered a cyber monster. So let me know in the comments if you guys if it isn't or it is. I need to look that up, but I feel that Cyber Darks are part of the cyber archetype, and it's a monster because I think was it Core, right? Core lets you search for some cyber dark monsters. I think that's what it is, or cyber spell. I don't know. I need to look that up. All right, let's continue. All right, so here we have it. We have the deck, the Zane deck. First one is Hunter Dragon. Like I was saying before, level 3 or lower. Monsters can be used to be sucked up by the Cyber Dark Monster, so this is beneficial. There's others. There are other like Baby Dragon. I think that could also be used, but this is probably the best option you have at 17 attack. Let's see. The next one is Cyber Valley. You can activate one of these effects when this card is targeted for an attack. You can banish this card, draw a card, then end the battle phase. So this will protect your battle, your life points. You can target one face-up monster you control, and this card banish both those targets. Draw 2 cards. Now you can target one card in your graveyard, banish both this card and one card from your hand, then place the target on top of the deck. So these 3 skills, these 3 effects are pretty beneficial. Um, this could be activated during the battle phase. It's a win effect. You can target one face-up monster you control. I don't think these 2 could be activated during the battle phase. As yeah, let's see. You can activate one of these skills. So I think this one only could be activated in the battle phase where you stop the attack, and these 2 cannot. It's during your your turn. All right, Proto Cyber Dragon. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon. So there's like a name basically. Kind of figured we were gonna get this. I was either this one or there's like another one, but it's usually one of these 2. Like that's part of it. Like a namesake one Cyber Dragon. So We got that one. That's fine. This could also be used for the Cyberdarks, as is a 3 lore when it doesn't attack though. If this card is destroyed by a battle and sent to a graveyard, destroy the monster that's destroyed it. It's not bad. Neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this attacking monster. Oh my god. Alright, so this is pretty good. Like I so you don't take any damage, so you can normal summon it or whatever. And you would be able to pop your opponent's monster. That's pretty dope. And it also has the benefit of being a Cyberdark target. Alright, let's see the next Cyberdark. Cyberdark Claw. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can. Okay, so this also will be equipped. It has 16 attack, so it's not bad. This one's still better, but I'm pretty sure the effect will help it to be a little bit better than the vanilla monster. So you can target one Cyberdark monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Wait. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's read the whole effect. This card is sent to a graveyard while equipped to a monster. So basically, it was already equipped by a Cyberdark. You can target one Cyberdark monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. All right, cool. So once this card is like the Cyberdark monsters have the effect where it's basically like a union kind of base where if it's attacked, your monsters are still protected. It's just this is sent to a graveyard. But if it's into a graveyard, you could add a Cyberdark monster. So basically, the most likely they're gonna destroy your Cyberdark monster that was equipped with like this guy was gonna get destroyed. But it lets you get another one. So for next turn, you're good to go with another Cyberdark monster. Add it to your hand. You can only use the effect. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Okay. So yeah, you. All right. Let's see. Is there a period here? Okay, there goes the period. Okay, so you'll get that, and you can get one of these. Okay, you can discard this card. Add one Cyberdark spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. As far as I know, I only see one Cyberdark card spell, so your target would probably be this guy. During damage calculation, if a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send one monster from your graveyard, monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. So this is pretty crazy. Um, I explained a little bit of why this is pretty crazy, but um, actually I'll explain it now, right? Let's see. All right, so we do have this bad boy in our arsenal. So this is Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. It's a dragon with 45,000 attack, with 4,500 attack. So basically, you want to send this like we have other dragons, but this is probably the strongest dragon as I'm thinking about it now, as attack wise. Um, this is probably the biggest guy we have. So you could send this to a graveyard, and the fusion should have the fusion lets you equip it to a dragon in your graveyard. So you're probably gonna want to equip it to this. You probably want to get the fusion and equip it with this guy. So it'll be freaking OP of attack. So yeah, like I said, Cyber Dragon was my go-to deck when GX was out, and yeah, that's why I kind of understand what's going on with these decks. But yeah, so you might want to have this guy in your extra deck just so you can send it to graveyard and get equipped with your monster. But let's move on. Let's see. Cyber Phoenix was early GX. That's crazy. Let's see. While this card is in attack position, negate any spell or trap effect that targets one machine monster in your monster you control, and no other monster. So it's kind of like a Lord of D, I guess, for machines. When this card is destroyed by battles into a graveyard, you can draw one card. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it has the benefit, unlike Lord of D, if it's pop, and that's it. And this one, you can draw a card at least. All right, so these are the Cyberdark monsters. So I'll read the first effect this time, but everybody should have the same effect. The early one. The discard is normal summon, so this is one of the biggest requirements I hate. It has to be normal summon. Target one level 3 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. So the one I just told you guys about Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Obviously, you can't use it with like the normal Cyber Darks. It has to be only the fusion. So this is when this comes into play, and the effect one, and even this one. So let's see, Lord, and you equip that dragon to this card. Okay, gain attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it. All right, so like this one, it'll be 17. Let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So if you were to equip it, it'll be like 25 attack. You could put with this vanilla. This guy it's at 16, so it'll be like 24. So these guys won't be will be pretty strong, guys. Like when you normal summon these guys could be pretty strong. This is probably your biggest target to this one. Like either your this effect one or this one, depending on I guess the monsters that's on the field. So 25 or 24. This card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. If this card would be destroyed, battle destroy that equipped monster instead. So it has piercing effect. This is awesome. At 25, and it has piercing effect. That's pretty good. Like it or 24, whatever it is. This is pretty OP, I think. All right, let's see the next one. So it has the same effect, and then we're just gonna read this one. This card can attack directly. If it does using this effect, its attack is halved during damage calculation only. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy the equipped monster instead. So the equipped monster being one of your vanillas or Cyber Dark Claw, I guess. So if it's at let's say 24, it'll do 1200 damage. So that's pretty good. That's a little bit more than a quarter of your opponent's life points. So that's not bad. Oh man, I really like Cyber Dark. This card's okay. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. If this card would be destroyed by battle, okay, so this is not as great as the other two. It's, but it's fine. Little poke here and there could add up. This bad boy. This card, if your opponent controls a monster, you can switch summon this card. So it makes it to where you could always kind of just be able to have a 2-for-1 with your opponent. So you could special summon this guy and then normal summon another monster. So your opponent um, already will be one monster down. Promisation, a secret rare out of the set. Cyber, this is a super secret rare out of the set as well. I forgot what was the other one. I think each. I feel like each character got um, two secret rares, and or three, I guess if you can count super polymerization. All right, let's move on. All right, banish one card from your deck face down. After this card activates, it remains on the field. Destroy this card during your second standby phase after activation, and if you do, add the banish card from your hand. Um, so this remains on the field. I don't think you could pop it or destroy it or anything like that for it to still stop the effect. I think it's more of a reminder, so you can put like counters on it, and it takes a slot on. It takes a back row slot, so that's also another thing negative about it. But in two standby phases, you'll be able to get the card you wanted, basically. Um, I think two standby phases. If you get this in your first turn, I think this is fine. Um, like I said, I feel like most of these duels won't last a long, but 2 turns, maybe, maybe you might be able to get it, but no more than two, I think. So you're probably gonna want to activate this right away. Let's see the next one. Fusion summon one dark fusion machine monsters from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on the field or graveyard. So this is basically for this guy. Or this guy. I guess you could do this because it says it has to be dark monsters, right? So either one of these two will work. That's cool. All right, so it makes it easier to summon your fusion monsters. I don't know, man. I think Cyber Dragon looks looking pretty good. Actually, I feel Cyber Dark Dragon is looking better than the regular one. But I don't know. Cyber Dark is looks. I really like Cyber Dark. Fusion summon one Cyber Dark monster from your extra deck by shuffling one of each of the following. Oh, okay, from your hand, field, or deck, or graveyard to the deck as a fusion material. This is pretty good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. This is a lot easier to summon. Um, and like I said, you wanna have this bad boy in the graveyard. We also have the Red Ice fusion, which is at 35, I think, and I believe we have more fusions, more dragon fusions, but not as strong as this one. So it's fine. Future fusion. This card's been errata quite a bit, so let's see how good it is now. During your first standby phase, after this card activation, show one fusion monster from your extra deck and send the fusion materials listed on it from your main deck to the graveyard. During your standby phase after this card activation. Alright, so you can send your I think that's one of the erratas where um when Fusion first came out, you could send your monsters right away to the graveyard. So it was fine. But this time you have to wait a turn. And yet the waiting the turn, it could be popped and that's it. Like you can't do anything. So that's how they hinder it, I guess. But one standby phase, maybe you're lucky. Maybe you have better. Maybe you're. But yeah, no. Two standby phases. That's a lot of waiting. So maybe your opponent won't be as scared of it. Until probably coming after the first turn, and then maybe they'll target something else, and then pray that it could last until the second standby phase. Let's see. During your second standby phase, after this card activation, fusion summon the fusion monster from your extra deck with the same name as the monsters you showed and target it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When that target is destroyed, destroy this card. So they go hand in hand. I don't think that clause was there before as well, where they're like one is pop, the other one okay, and yeah, so it makes it a lot weaker. I feel like a lot weaker. So I think maybe your praying is last as a standby phase in the graveyard, where you could activate overload fusion, I guess, and fusion summon these guys. Well, I guess it most likely be this or this. But fusion works for every single one, all the fusions. So technically, you could even use it on a blue eyes deck to send the blue eyes to the graveyard. I don't know what you could use. I guess it makes it Silent Doom. I guess it makes it easier so you can Silent Doom. I don't know, but let's see. This one's straight flush. If your opponent controls a card in each of their spell or trap card zones, so they have full back row. Destroy all cards in their spell or trap card zone. That's not bad. This is wow, that's pretty cool. So this will hurt Crystal Beast quite a bit, but if your opponent has a full back row, you could just basically Harpy's Feather Duster that thing. Um, it's not bad. It's pretty cool. This is a card I used to use quite a bit. It's called Memory Loss. When an effect of an attack position monster opponent controls is activated, negate that effect, and if you do, change that monster to face up defense position. So this makes it to where you want to be wary of your what position you summon your monster. So you might want to summon a lot of your monsters in defense position if they have a good effect. Usually, if they have a good effect, they might have a good strong defense. So, but yeah, this card is pretty crazy. Makes it to where they negate the effect. I like it. We have our first negating effect card, or at least first negating effect card with that's a trap card. 'Cause I think we have the Destiny hero that negates monster effects as well. So let's see this one. I think we already had trap jammer. I don't. I like it. And I don't like it. Kind of sucks that it's only during the battle phase you can negate it. But when your opponent activates a trap card during your battle phase, negate the activation and you do destroy it. So it has its pros and cons. Let's see. During your opponent's main phase, special summon this card as an effect monster machine level 4 with 0 attack, 0 defense, or questionable, I guess. This card is also still a trap card. So we get another trap monster. Remember, trap monsters do not take your back row. When an opponent monster declares an attack that targets this card, the attack and defense of this card becomes the attack and defense of the attacking monster. Oh, cool. So it's like a copycat. I think that's what the name of the monster is. The other one, copycat. Yeah, and you get the attack and defense of that monster attacking once per turn during your opponent's end phase. Set this card in its spell trap card zone. So you go and you summon it. You summon it and you put it back. You summon it and you put it back. Um, this is nice. This is nice, especially for those that trap that skill with that Odin, whatever. I think that's his name, Odin or something. That uses trap monsters. So, and this could be used as a tribute as well. So, tribute fodder. This has a lot of potential. Like I feel like, um, so tribute fodder for this for that trap deck base. Um, yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, what is this one? Cyber Network. Destroy this card during your third standby phase after activation. Once per turn, if Cyber Dragon is in the field. Once per turn, if Cyber Dragon is on the field, you can banish one light machine monster from your deck. Alright, so one of the requirements is for you to have a Cyber Dragon on the field. You can banish one of the light machine monsters in your deck. So this could be any light machine monster. It doesn't say which one. So you could potentially use a combination of XYZ and Cyber Dragons. So you could activate your trap card. So this could be beneficial for XYZs as well. Now this if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon as many of your banished light machine monsters as possible. So yeah, it looks like you could technically well, let me what's the card's name? Yeah, it makes it to where you could technically have three union scrambles basically. I feel like with Cyber Network. So this could be XYZ support as well. And if you do destroy all spell trap cards you control, okay. Monsters that were special summoned by the effect cannot activate their effects. So I was hoping like, let's see, if this card sent to the graveyard. So you could do it yourself, right? You could basically pop it yourself to activate its effect. Yeah, this card destroyed, and then I was thinking, oh, you could if you have your field spells there, you could maybe activate your field spell for XYZs, but it'll be popped, so you probably won't be able to do it. Um, they won't get the effect, but you're probably thinking of fusioning them. And since you get to control when it's popped, you can pop it in your turn, and then be able to go for game, I guess. But yeah, I feel this is support for both Cyber Dragon and XYZ. So monsters, well, light machines, in generally. And it's not like Cyber Dragon is a you can't just splash it in any deck. Like it can easily be splashed in any deck. It's a beat stick, so I like Cyber Network. Pretty good. All right, let's see. So this is the one I was talking about with the fusion. All right, so it requires the three of these guys right here. These three. must be fusion summon. If this card is special summon, target. Oh, it doesn't even have to be fusion summon. Oh wait, it must be fusion summon. I think Awakening Dragon bypasses this, and if it was special summon, you could do Awakening Dragon, and it's a if effect. So as soon as it's awaking, I think you could pretty much get do the effect. Target one dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip that target to this card. So you guys notice it doesn't say 3 or lower dragon, so it could be this bad boy with in combination with this. Okay, gain attack equal to the original attack. So if it's at 45, if Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon's at 45, plus 1,000 will be at 55. So this could pretty good go over any monster, I would assume. Okay, then this effect, equip it to this effect. Gain 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard. So even that adds it up. So it also makes it to where was it Overload Fusion? You want it makes it to where you want a polymerization more than you want to Overload Fusion if you want to get the effect. But still, 45 plus 1,000 would be 50. 55. So, do you really care about this if direct attack will still kind of win you the game? If this card would be destroy battle, destroy the equip card instead. So, it probably just destroy like this guy. But yeah, so these would be your fusioning guys. So, it's not bad. And then this one. With summon, if this card is fusion summon, send all other monsters you control to the graveyard. The original attack and defense of this card becomes equal to the number of fusion materials used for this card to fusion summon. So, you could like make your graveyard pretty like stacked and with monsters materials, and then use overload fusion or polymerization. You do have one of your skills that lets you special summon um, three from the deck, I think it was, or I don't know, I forgot what it was, but it's special summon three. So you gotta at least make it let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like 22 attack, I think. Right. So that's not bad, 22 and let's see if this card attacks your opponent, monster the number of times each battle phase up to the number of materials. So you could potentially do 3 attacks at 22. That's not bad. Um, or you could use Overload Fusion and tank attack more than 3, even though you like can do that. But yeah, that's pretty dope. There's another like boss monster, like, and then the last one but not least, Cyber End Dragon. Let's see. If you some of this card going to be done with the above fusion materials. So it's restricting to fusion summoning, but Awakening doesn't fusion summon, so you're good. It just special summons. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. So, this was really cool back in the day. I would was it Cyberstein, Cyber and Dragon, and usually limited removal and go for game. But yeah, these are all 3 of these are legit boss monsters. I feel like. Um, but let's look at the skill again. All right, this is let's see what was it? Special summon up to 3 machine monsters. So yeah, from okay, so it's either hand, deck, or graveyard. So that's awesome. You could basically use this for polymerization. This could be your polymerization target for your fusions. Um, so not bad. And then you use your overload a fusion spell for stuff in your graveyard. So it's not bad. Let me see. Oh, so you could fusion summon. So it makes it to where so you can't normal summon. Maybe you could fusion summon. So technically, you could polymerization and you could what's the card called? Overload fusion the same turn. That's what I feel I'm reading. And then let's see the next one. Let's see. Once per turn, choose 3 Cyberdark monsters in your deck. Your opponent randomly adds. Okay, so this is making it to where you still have Cyberdark monsters And you could, with Overload Fusion, you could potentially get the ones you need to be in your graveyard for Overload Fusion or for Polymerization, depending if you have the cards already. But yeah, it makes these both skills make it to where you're able to fusion summon a lot easier. So that's nice, and especially your boss monsters are your fusions. Um, that's not bad. And cyber, and you have your beaters too. You have the Cyberdark beaters, if they're equipped, and you have your Cyber Dragon just by itself being special summon. So I don't know. This is pretty crazy. But anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe, and hopefully you guys try Cyber Dark or Cyber Dragons. I really think it has a lot of potential. See you guys.